We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to rethink our basic assumptions and reset our goals. We can front up to inequality and injustice, climate change, rorting and corruption, and we can say, we beat COVID, we can beat you. But if we're going to do this, then we're going to need ideas, we're going to need a plan, and we're going to need each other. So I think there's no better place than to start the process here at Communities in Control, where the best thinkers come together.
Communities are taking charge of the things they know need to change, of action on climate change, respect for women, certainly for supporting the Uluru Statement from the Heart and better recognition of First Nations people. These things are being driven from the community up.
What ground are we making fertile for those important ideas to take seed and to grow? We're not passive in the way the future is shaped. This conference is called Communities in Control after all.
Conferences like this are critical to bringing representatives of communities together, people that actually work every day at the coalface of change and understand what it is that people need, what it is that people think, and what they're not getting from our current systems of economics and politics. So absolutely fundamental to creating a better country.
The truth is our history is heavy. To deny that weight is to deny the truth. Always was, always will be. Sovereignty was never ceded.
We need people to understand the longevity of our culture, different culture, however, still had a process with laws and education and ceremony and rich in language and song.
I think having it on this 2 days, straight after the election, has meant that there's a lot of very excited people, very keen to continue to be involved and very excited about the prospect for change.
We've seen the power of communities to be able to create significant change with the independent women that ran. A lot of those were community-based, a lot of those were volunteer-reliant. When you find your community, you can really also find a voice and direction.
I think this conference is amazing because the people who are here are already doing so much better than I think a lot of other Australian organisations and institutions. But there are also groups and people who are more connected, I think, to a plurality of the kinds of people that make up Australia.
The power of a conference like this is twofold. One is it disrupts what you're already thinking. It makes you a little bit uncomfortable. But secondly, you find allies. So it's go find people you don't yet know and find the connections, because together you become brilliant.
The work that's been done is tough. It's emotionally draining, and so often you feel isolated. So having that ability to gather with peers, people who just get it, understand what you do, even just getting a sense of the buzz in the room today, I think speaks to just how important that is.
I think it cannot be overstated, the importance of coming together like this, if for nothing else. Mutual morale. Find the people who are in this fight with you together, and you will be able to stick with it longer and go further.
I think that when we meet and share our ideas and play off each other in trying to refine and define what it is that we want, I think that's the best process for coming to a representative and more intelligent and nuanced understanding of what we want to see changed.
When you go to a conference like this, yes, there's information and there's practical things that you can take away from it, but it's really just a feeling that you're doing the work. And so I think it's really just a matter of getting a pep talk, I think, and knowing that you can go back and continue the hard work.
I want people to remember that they are far more able and capable than they ever give themselves credit for. So it's just to take that space for a breath and to remember just their worth, their brilliance.
My understanding it's the 20th Community in Control conference. It clearly brings in a very committed group of activists. That exchange across the people who practice and the people that support this process, and maybe researchers as well, is a really important part of building a coalition for more progressive change.
The real value of a conference like this is it's full of people who can change the world for the better. That is gold. That is where brilliant ideas that, come to fruition over the decades to come are often first thought about. Grab that opportunity to talk with other people, learn from them, share your ideas, and maybe spark something brilliant and new.